DreamMaker, and I always trust the products at Desco.
See for yourself at descoinc.com.
ADHD isn't the problem. Tired of hearing sit still and try harder? Maybe the issue isn't your child. It's the outdated approach. The book Extinguishing Einstein empowers parents and teachers with proven ADHD strategies. Get your free copy by scanning the code in Lake Norman Woman Magazine's August issue.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I want to see the kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz Now.
You have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now, because your business matters.
Yeah. You are listening to the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina. We're coming to you from it's not actually Burner Cigar Studio because we're back in the primary studio. They keep relegating me around. Meanwhile, I still have to do this show and put on a quality performance, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to continue to say I am in my Burner studio, where Burner Cigars is where you can get premium cigars and cigar smokers. The best you will find, spectacular brands of premium cigars and great people, good people at Burner's Cigars, located in Birkdale Village and in Denver and Highway 16. This is Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone, where we hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you every Monday afternoon, because that's what we do here on WSIC, 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM. This is Local Biz Now, where your business matters. And I am here every month with a different co-host. And most of you that have been listening to the show, I've been doing this show for about 12 years now. And that means I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I don't have to tell you how much I just like a lot of my co-hosts, but this one's kind of warm to my heart, and you should know that. His name is Danny Decker. He is the partner and founder of Spotlight Marketing and Branding and co-founder of MyMarketer.com. And he has written a couple of marketing books that are my favorite, and I consider him a friend, whether he will admit it or not. Danny, my friend, thank you for being here.
Joe, it's always great to be here. I've been looking forward to this. Thrilled to be here.
So, Danny, I think the last time I saw you, I was trying to promote and get started with an online business on Amazon, and you were trying to help me do that. And it really turned into this nightmare situation for me. And I remember you ready and willing to get involved. And I'm like, so glad you didn't, because you would have gone through that bad experience I went through.
Well, listen, the entrepreneur in me wants to say, yes to everything. So I haven't heard the story, but it sounds like maybe it's good I dodged that roller coaster.
That's right. That's right. Well, we can talk about that a little bit, Danny, because you're literally a marketing master. And truthfully, this really was a situation where the key was they were marketing to people that were open to the concept of doing as little as possible to make money. I bought into it. I liked it. I did the research on it. Come to find out, the people that were doing the marketing and selling weren't the people doing the actual work. And once you start separating out responsibilities and obligations, I realized I was actually doing business with somebody I had never met. And so I learned that this modern day online world, right, it is much harder to do the due diligence on business people and partners and relationships because they're all over the world. They're all over the country.
Yeah, they're all over the world. And also, in today's world with AI, so much marketing is now being, fulfilled by chatbots and AI and all of this. It can be listen, I'm a big fan of AI. I think it is doing a lot but it also can make it it can make it even more challenging to know who you're doing business with,
Right.
And so, I see that all the time in our industry.
And the one thing I tell people is and literally, I just learned this because of that bad experience. What I thought was a great opportunity, right? You have to hire a private investigator, somebody to do the deep dive, not only into the people you're dealing with directly, but who they're associated with. I mean, Danny, you understand these people were actually associated with criminal organizations
Jeez.
out of New Jersey and Chicago.
Wonderful.
Well,
So
aren't you happy that I introduced you to them?
I mean,
but I mean, you did as much research as I did. Who knew?
you live and you learn. Listen,
Right.
you know what's really interesting, Joe, is, and I think this comes back to like practical marketing for small business owners, right? There is this, there's been this movement towards everything's remote, everything's virtual. Now we've got AI, producing video and it looks real. I actually think in the next 5 to 10 years, there's going to be a full circle moment where it's back to face-to-face networking, shaking hands, because we're getting to a point where you can't tell if it's fake or real.
Right.
And where I think that ends is businesses realizing now we have to know, like, and trust people, and that means getting off Zoom and going back to the Chamber of Commerce, right?
Right.
Like, I think we're coming back to a renaissance of like face-to-face relationship building. I really do.
I got to tell you something. I tell people all the time. Listen, what I'm good at is shaking your hand and looking you in the eye, right? Well, COVID stopped that. And so I'm not that good at just checking you out on Zoom, right? And so it requires me to learn another skill set, which is how to validate who you are. Because if I have to go to your place or you have to come to mine, I get to see and feel. And Zoom makes that much more difficult.
Yeah.
But before we dig into that, Danny, I want people to know, what is Spotlight Marketing and Branding?
Yeah, so we are a full-service digital marketing agency that serves primarily small law firms. So we help small law firms get more clients, better clients. We do that through website design, social media. We run ad campaigns. We do lead generation. We do content marketing. We are getting real big into ChatGPT as a source of clients. And Joe, you know that I am somebody who, as much as I love technology, I believe in old school marketing fundamentals, right? Like,
Right.
You always
I
tell
think
us.
that's what I like about you is you are the young guy who knows all the modern stuff, right? But can relate to me. I'm a guerrilla warfare, guerrilla marketing kind of guy.
Flyers under the
That's
door
right.
to sell
That's right.
sloppy joes.
Where you going to go when you want a sloppy Joe? That's a flyer, and I slide it under the door.
Yeah. Well, and I love that story, and I still think about that story. But so again, at Spotlight, we are combining the old school, proven strategies with today's tactics, which is a lot of ChatGPT, a lot of Google ads, a lot of Facebook ads. Basically, we work with small law firms, help law firms get more clients.
Right. And so we've only got a minute or so, but you started the company years ago, sold it, and now you picked it back up again and started over again. There's got to be a whole story on
There's
that one, man.
There's a whole story, but I'll tell you the super short version. I started a coaching consulting business, and I realized that's not scalable, right? And so we merged, and we launched a second business too, which maybe I can tell you about
We're
after
going to
the
talk
break.
about when we get back.
Yeah.
You are listening to Local Biz Now, where your business matters. We'll be right back. Hey, new guy. I got to have a number so I know how to drop off. Jojo, he trying to
We'll
let me
return
do
to
this
more
blind.
of Local Biz Now with your host, Joe Vagnone, after these messages on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
I remember I used to have the one.
That's
Well, hard
right.
to believe, but
That's,
some of our
that's,
schools
right,
around the
that's
Lake
right.
Norman area already going back
If
this
you give
week.
me-
So be
if
extra
you give
mindful
me
of some school
30
buses
seconds,
on the roads
that's
today,
good
and
enough.
the chance that
But
there
if he
could be
gives-
some wet roads
Well, I heard
at
his
times
one.
too. Not everybody's going to get a
So if you'll
shower
hold
or a
me up
storm,
a
but there will
card
be a
on 30,
few
and then
as we work
I'll
our way
make
through
it
the
work.
afternoon and into the evening. High temperatures work their way up to around 80. We'll get back into the mid and upper 80s with a few pop-up showers or thunderstorms each afternoon for the rest of the week. That's your forecast from the WSIC
So I didn't tell you
Weather
that
Center.
story.
I'm
No, so those
meteorologist
guys
Chase
turned out to
Myers.
be.
So what happened was
Here's your WSIC community calendar.
they move their warehouse around from state to state every 6 to 9 months and don't pay their warehouse bill, and they buy clearance and wholesale and, truck sale stuff. So you never know actually what you're getting. And so when people go to your Amazon account or your Walmart account, the toys are broken or whatever. And so they're returned. So they sell, like my first month, we made $950 the first month. Well, the next month, everybody returned all of those items because they were toys that were they thought they were new, but they weren't new, right? They were So we tried to get out and say, hey, listen, this is not working properly, right? And they wouldn't give us our inventory. They never told us where the inventory was. It was a big ordeal. And the only way I got my money back was I charged my inventory on my black credit card, and my black credit card give me back my money.
Wow,
if it wasn't for that, I would have never got that money. And I hired a private investigator to track them down, and literally 4 warehouses later, they got a network of private investigators all over the country. It really is crazy. And I would have, I mean, you knew I was in it.
I met those guys.
I'd spent thousands of dollars and hundreds of time putting together a great website. Yeah, JoJo.
I already sent an email to Julie, but I think it's that problem, so I sent them the phone. But
Okay.
About 25 seconds.
Okay. But it was,
that's a nightmare.
if it wasn't for my credit card, I would not have got my money back. But because of my credit card, I got all my money back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
It's like the
I've been around
mafia.
the block, so for you to do that to me, you got to be pretty good.
I mean, I met those guys. They seem
On
very
105
legit.
7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You are listening to the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina, coming to you from Burner Cigar Studio, where good people and great cigars come together. Birkdale Village and Denver and Highway 16, Burner Cigar. We hope to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do here at News Talk WSIC, 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM. I am Joe Vagnone. This is Local Biz Now, where your business matters. Please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We would like for you to subscribe. We have been doing this show for over 12 years. We have over 908 small business owners and community leader interviews. We have over 746 videos on our YouTube channel. Go to Joe Vagnone Business Broker on YouTube. Again, Joe Vagnone Business Broker on YouTube. Please subscribe to that. There's a bunch of stuff and videos on there. Interesting conversations. We try to break it up into a lot of different, based on the industry that you're interested in or the topic that you're interested in. For example, Danny, my co-host, is under marketing. You've got a lot of videos that we've done over the years. Let's Danny, let's do another video that
Let's do it.
pick up on.
Also, Joe, let me just say, when I met you, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, if I had known you were going to have this video library and all this content you're putting out, like, you guys are killing it.
Yeah.
And I know probably Julie deserves a lot of
I was going to say,
right?
I don't know anything about it, Danny. You're
Julie, well done. Well done, Julie.
So I want people to go to your 2 websites, right? And the first website I want them to go to is spotlightbranding.com, spotlightbranding.com, and mymarketer.com. I do not know a better marketing person than Danny, and you are just specializing with attorneys right now. Am I correct when I say that?
Spotlight Branding is just attorneys. MyMarketer.com is a different product, and we serve business owners no matter what industry they're in. So MyMarketer provides virtual marketing assistance.
Okay.
So we actually place marketers on your team, right? So a lot of small business owners who It doesn't make sense for them to go hire a marketing agency, right? They don't have
Right.
thousands and thousands of dollars, but they're too busy or they just don't want to figure out marketing themselves.
Right.
And they want somebody on their team part-time who really knows their stuff, who's affordable. My marketer gives them a virtual marketing assistant.
So when we met, you had just finished writing a book. I loved your book. I could tell we were going to get along when I read your book. And it was at a Chamber Expo, was it not?
It sure
were
was.
just,
It was.
Did I come up to your booth or did you come up to mine? I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I remember we had a conversation and it kind of went from there.
Yeah, I knew I was going to like you the minute I
Well, and vice versa.
read the book.
I just registered. We're gonna be at the expo in October too. I don't know if you guys are gonna be there, but we'll be there.
Well, Julie is always there. You understand? But I say that because when I read your book, I could tell that you were this guy that sort of had this old school approach, but you were young enough that you grew up with the technical stuff, right? I didn't, right? So what's impressive is you didn't grow up with what I did, which was you had to create your own flyer, right? You had to yell loud enough so they could hear you, in the marketing. So you kind of done both of those over the years. Very successful. When I met you, you were a coach helping people figure out marketing for themselves. And now you've come full circle because you are back with the firm that you originally started with.
Yeah, no, that's correct. And I love coaching and consulting, but it's not scalable, right? Like the problem with being a coach.
What you were doing is not scalable because you really were giving them. You were rolling up your sleeves and trying to help
correct.
every client as much as you could.
I was the product.
That's right. That's right.
And there's only so much time and energy in my day. And at the same time, one of the great things about coaching is you help people figure out a strategy, but they still need someone to go execute it. And
Right.
and so number one, relaunching the agency as a solution to help law firm owners get the marketing done.
Right.
Was one of the solutions, but the other is with my marketer. We've realized that there are all of these business owners out there who need marketing help, but don't want to work with a marketing agency, and that's where my marketer comes in. So at this point, I'm trying to solve the problem in two different ways. If you're a law firm, we'll just come in and we'll be your agency.
We'll just do it.
If you're a small business owner, we're going to give you a marketing member as part of your team, and we'll hire them, we'll train them, we'll handle payroll and taxes and all that. But they're your employees. So we're putting, we've got, we only launched this a few months back, but, we've got a good handful of clients out there right now with, marketers placed doing great work on social media.
And I want small business people to hear this because it really is what we need. And you're skipping over all the stuff you're going to do for them, right? You're simply saying, let me just deal with it, right?
Yeah.
I tried to coach you. That didn't work. Let me just do it for you.
Yeah, pretty much. I just want to help you get it done.
Right. I get it.
Most small business owners don't really want to spend all their time marketing.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
We really don't.
Yeah. One of the things I always tell people is the way you get off the cash flow roller coaster is you've got to have someone else doing your marketing for you. Because if you're the only person doing the marketing, you wake up this month, you got nothing in the pipeline. You freak out, you go out, you roll up your sleeves, you shake the bushes, right? And you find yourself some work. Okay, but then you get busy doing it, and then what happens? Then your marketing stops. And so next month.
That's right. And you hit on what I'm mad about. I used to think social media was easy, simple, and cheap. Danny, if you do it right, it's not. Because you have to be interactive.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to continue. So us owners would never consider ourselves wanting to plug. Now, listen, back in the day, we could decide, we'll run an ad or, a radio ad or print a flyer or put a newspaper ad, right? Magazine ad. But nowadays, you have to be interactive.
Yeah.
You have to know and study and do surveys and communicate with your clients.
Yeah, or
we don't have that kind of time and energy. Most of us don't even have that kind of interest to do that.
Yeah. And it's that, and it's also you got to be consistent with it, and you can't just show up on Monday and put in some time and then not think about it again for 30 days. You got to be consistent. And you're exactly right. Most business owners, number one, don't have the time. Number two, don't even want to do it, even if they did have the time.
That's right. It doesn't interest us to do that, right? We want to make sure that the brand is moving in our direction, but other than that, we don't want to have to think about that every single day. We want to do what we opened our business up to do. So, first of all, let me be clear, just so you know. Everybody listening, we are always live so that you know, we are live on the book, live on the tubes, live on the X, and live on the chain. Those of you that don't know Joe Talk, that is Facebook, YouTube, X, and LinkedIn. Julie is on Facebook and tries to communicate and shares that information with me. Julie just wanted me to remind you, Danny, she is the first person that met you and encouraged me to come see you at your booth. So she wanted to make sure that that was clear on
Love
this.
it, Julie. Always grateful, Julie. Always grateful.
So, what do you want to talk? Do you want to talk about the concept of what you're doing for attorneys, or do you want to talk about the concept and some details of what you're doing for the small business people on My Marketer? Which direction you want to go?
Listen,
because it sounds like you're really busy lately, man.
I don't want to talk about me, Joe. I want to talk about business owners that are out there listening to this, right? Let's talk about what they want to know. And you tell me, Joe, what you're seeing. And I don't know how much time we have before the break, but this AI thing and ChatGPT has changed the game for a lot of business owners. I get questions all day long about ChatGPT and how I should be using ChatGPT. So I would love to talk about that for a minute or two.
Do it.
That sounds good to you.
Then let's dig in that direction. Go ahead.
So listen, most business owners out there know ChatGPT at this point, right? And they know that it's somewhere they can go if they want to get something written for them. They can go tell ChatGPT to write an article for them. What a lot of people don't realize is that ChatGPT is growing 5 times faster than Google grew. And Google was no slow moving company, right? So what's happening now is customers are going to ChatGPT and they're asking for business recommendations. For example, they're saying, I am thinking about getting divorced. Who is a divorce attorney in Charlotte? And ChatGPT is giving them recommendations, right? Or they're saying, I want to sell my business. Who's the best business broker in Lake Norman? And ChatGPT is giving them an answer. ChatGPT has already got over 1 billion searches
How
every
does the
day.
Terminator, which, by the way, that's what I call
I know.
AI, the Terminator. How does the Terminator know I am the best broker in North Carolina for small business?
Yeah, well, it looks at reviews. It looks at original content written on your website. It will look at, business directories. It will look at forums like Reddit. There's a whole mechanism that it goes through to answer that question. And that is the $1 million question.
Right.
Because right now we're at the very beginning of this thing. And if you remember when Google came out, there were some companies that figured it out early and made fortunes. Before everyone else caught on. And that's what's happening in ChatGPT right now. And you know me, Joe, I'm not a bright, shiny objects guy. I'm telling you, I've never, in my career, ChatGPT is by far the biggest marketing disruption that's ever come along. So I'm really excited about it right now.
Walk me through, because you're right. The only thing I know about it is how to help me write an article and spell my words correctly. How is it helping with marketing? Are you asking it where to go for my client and my client profile? What is it you're asking?
All of those things can be part of it. But the thing that matters most for a small business owner, let's say you are a plumber. Right now, someone is going to ChatGPT and they're saying, I have a leak in my toilet. Recommend a plumber for me. And ChatGPT is going through its whole process and it's deciding what plumber to recommend.
So I can buy a sponsorship to answer that question?
That's the thing. You can't buy a sponsorship. You have to figure out how to brainwash the Terminator, right? And
I got to trick the Terminator.
You got to trick the Terminator. That's exactly right. And if you can figure that out, you're going to make a whole ton of money right now because there's not many people doing it yet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I don't really do Google. I just do I ask it the question.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, let's take a break and we'll come back. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. I am here with Danny Decker. Go to his website, Spotlight Marketing. It is exceptional. Also, mymarketer.com. This is Local Biz Now, where your business matters. We'll be right back.
Turn to Local Biz Now with entrepreneur Joe Vagnone in just a moment on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
She must have just asked it.
I love it. Perplexity. Yep. I love it.
Okay, so when we come back, let's finish that conversation up.
Yep.
And then we're going to introduce our guest, Danny.
Yep. Sounds good.
No, go ahead and put him on for a second so I can tell him. Okay, Danny, you there, buddy? Daniel?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so Daniel, we come back. We're going to talk for about 2-3 minutes, finish up on the AI conversation, and then
Okay.
I'm going to introduce you, and you're going to be with us for the rest of the show.
Sounds good.
So keep in mind that there will be a break about every 15 minutes or so. So if I'll try and tell you, we've only got about a minute if you're talking, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that I don't find myself having to cut you off.
Right. Okay. Thanks, Joe.
Daniel, where are you calling in from? Are you in California?
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
He's in Canada.
Oh, all right.
Danny, you don't know this, but a new program in our show is we are reaching out through LinkedIn, trying to find people throughout pretty much the country is what I had in mind, right? That have written books or have spoken or have done some unique and interesting things that intrigue me, so I can sort of expand.
Oh, I love it.
Where the show is going. So that's what's fun about bringing him on, because we don't know each other, we haven't met each other, so we're going to get a chance to find out what he does and that sort of stuff.
I love it. I love it. Very excited.
Am I one of your first clients like that, where you don't know too much about the person and you're asking all the questions to figure out who I am?
Daniel, I think he's wondering if he's one of the first that the LinkedIn strategy went and found. I guess Julie's got that secret, Daniel.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta ask Julie that question. But it'll be great.
Well, what happened is, I've been doing this show for 12 years, and I was interviewing small business people and community people. Well, the radio station got purchased by a local owner.
Okay.
So the local owner just simply had a bunch of connections. So all the other shows started having local people on, right? And then it was same old, same old. And I told Julie, I don't want to be same old, same old.
Yeah.
So that's when, and of course, that's, right after COVID. So everybody is used to getting on Zoom now. So now I can introduce Daniel from anywhere in the world, right? And so now my local show doesn't have to be local. It just has to be inspiring and motivating. And in your case, Daniel, positive, positive, positive. I've never read a website that's more positive than yours. So I wish I could remember the link that you had sent me, and I ran across whatever it was. It's the one that encouraged me. I sent it to Julie, and I said, we got to get him on the show. This guy's great. But I can't remember which one that was.
Yeah, I think you found me on Bark. I think I called you numerous times, and then you finally picked up the phone. I thought, okay, I got to talk to him now.
Oh, you're one of those persistence type, is that
I'm
it?
very persistent. But I got what I wanted, right?
There you go. There you go.
What we got, young man?
You still got over a minute. You got Bloomberg. You got Bloomberg, and then that's 59 seconds, and then do that.
Okay. So, Daniel, we got about a minute. We're going live.
Okay.
Do you think the reason why I'm third on Perplexa is because I use Perplexa? So Joe Vagnone is asking questions and
Probably not. Probably not. It's
Okay.
not gonna let how you use it determine.
okay.
Now, if I search for it and you're in the top 3, then what I just said is correct. If it's only showing up for you, because that's the thing, everyone's results are gonna be different.
Julie just said it, so it's not my.
Yeah. Then it's not. Then
But it's the reason why I say that's interesting because that's the one I
yeah.
use.
Well, listen, it pays attention to content. So like all these YouTube videos you're putting out
Right.
there, that is what's helping you.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Content is king.
Right? Content has always been king and apparently is going to continue
Well,
to be king.
Daniel, I didn't even know what a short was till about a year ago. You understand? So yeah. You are listening to the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina, coming to you from WSIC 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM. This is Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. I'm here with my buddy, whether he will admit it or not, Danny Decker. He is the founder of Spotlight Marketing and Branding and co-founder of MyMarketeer.com. This is where your business matters. We have a guest that I want to bring in. You know, we're international, Danny. You understand that, don't you?
I see that,
We
Joe.
are international. Julie and I have got this program where we're reaching out to LinkedIn, trying to find interesting and unique people, and boy, have we found one today. His name is Daniel Fung. Daniel is the owner and founder of DreamMaker. He is helping mid-career pros beat burnout, find clarity for fulfilling life. He's a life coach, career coach, and coach guidance through past fears to success. I think I said that wrong, Daniel. We're going to clean that up. Give you a chance to do that. Helping entrepreneurs scale and balance. Thank you, my friend Daniel, for being here, buddy. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for letting me to come on board. I'm looking forward to this.
Daniel, I know you've been listening to our AI conversation. I call it Terminator. And you being this coach extraordinaire, we're going to dig into your company in a minute. Has it affected your business at all?
At first, I thought it was going to, but I've embraced it. And I've utilized AI to help me out with my business. It's amazing what it can do.
Right. So I want to finish that conversation. So Daniel, please feel free to jump in if you want to add to that. But Danny, I got Daniel and Danny. Okay. So Danny, walk me through what somebody who's been trying to keep up with the modern marketing, I tell people, my entire business career, I'm the guy that keeps hitting my head up against the wall until I find the door, right? You know what I mean? That's what I feel has been happening with my marketing, What should I be doing? Because I cannot even begin to figure out what you just told me before the break I need to do.
I'm gonna make it real. I'm gonna make it real simple, okay? Because the answer is there's about 100 different things that go into this. But I'm gonna make this real simple because most business owners aren't gonna do all of it, right?
Right.
So the two biggest things: get as many positive reviews as you can. So go to your clients, ask them to leave reviews. Get as many reviews as you can on Google and Facebook. And then the second is, and this is a bit more involved, but sit down and make a list of all the questions that your clients are asking, right? How do you value how long does it take to sell a business? How do you value your business?
Right.
All those questions. And then over time, because it's not going to happen overnight, answer those questions through videos, through written content, and put that on your website. Make a list. I'm telling you, make a list start with 20 questions.
That is just dynamite advice right there.
Yeah. Make the list and one a week, right? Just answer one question a week on video or on your blog and put it on your website. And what's going to start happening is ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini are going to look at your website as an authority in this area. And then when somebody asks ChatGPT, who's the best business broker in Lake Norman, it's going to think you are because you're the only one that's answered all these questions.
Right. Got it. Okay. So, Daniel, my friend, we're sitting here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Actually, it's Cornelius, North Carolina. We're about 30 miles outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Where are you at? Because I want all of my listeners to know you have officially made us go international, you understand?
Yeah, that's great. So I am from Vancouver, Canada. Lovely Vancouver, Canada.
So how long have you lived there? Give me a little bit of your background.
Well, I'm turning 60 in September. I lived here all my life.
All right. You must be a great place. Must be a great place. I've heard nothing but great things about Vancouver.
It's a great place to live. It's getting expensive here, but if you can afford it, it's beautiful. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. It's great weather.
Right. So, believe it or not, because we're in North Carolina, North America, we are one of the top 5 states in the country where people are moving to. And of course, I would know that because I'm a small business broker and people are calling me for businesses. But weather is the number one reason why they're moving here. So it is interesting that you bring up weather. So let's talk about you just a little bit, because you can't tell me you wake up on a Tuesday, Danny, and say, I want to be this awesome, positive-minded, life-changing coach. So kind of walk me through how you got to where we are.
Yeah, so how I became a coach, I used to have a career in supply chain and management and operations. Something I liked to do, didn't love it. And then I went to a meetup and someone said, you have to learn how to live fearlessly. And I said, what do you mean by that? She goes, I don't know. It just came out of my mouth. And I said, nothing just comes out of your mouth. There must be a reason why. So I Googled it, and that's where I found my master coach. And I read everything about her, and something in the back of my head said, you got to do this. So I signed up for her coaching class, and it took me a year to become certified. And that was in November of 2013. I said to my coach at that time, in 5 years, I'm going to become a full-time life coach. 5 months later, I got let go. And I said to my coach, what the heck do I do now? And she goes, you don't see it, do you? I said, no. What is it? He goes, congratulations, you're a full-time life coach now. So it wasn't 5 years, it was 5 months.
Love that.
And ever since then, I embraced it. And I thought, oh my gosh, right? So I went to my boss and I told him, I put up a blank piece of paper at him, and he goes, you see this? He goes, yes, there's nothing on it. I go, exactly. I get to create whatever I want, with whomever I want, wherever I want, whenever I want. Right? He goes, I still don't get it. I go, that's okay. You don't have to get it. I got it. And ever since then, I don't consider coaching working. I consider coaching playing.
So who is your buyer profile, right? Like, who is it that normally is calling you saying, hey, I could use some help with my life?
Yeah, most of the time now it's around people around 25 to around 40. They're career minded, mid-career wise. They've done a lot of things in their career. They just don't feel satisfied. They don't feel fulfilled, and something's missing.
So I stumbled introducing you because you said something that I'd never heard before, which is mid-career pro beat burn down. So that's what you mean by mid-career. These are people that it's not beginning people in business, but they're not at a high level in management yet.
Correct. They're more like director level.
Okay. And they're asking you to help them get to the next level, or asking you how to deal with life itself.
Exactly. So to me, everything comes down to life coaching, because it's your personality. It's who you are when you were a child to where you're right now. You've been programmed in a certain way, and this program is running you. And if you don't like it, you have to figure out how to go about changing it. We can't change ourselves. We need someone else to help us, guide us out of our circle, to help us find what it is that we want, our purpose, and help you create clarity around that, and then help you make it real.
Interesting. We got a minute. You got a question?
Yeah. I got many questions, but I'll just make a quick one. Daniel, what are some of these fears? I love that you focus on fear. You know, we only have a quick minute before break here, but what's an example of a fear that you help a professional overcome?
A lot of people that I know have the fear of not being good enough, right? So they're always doubting themselves. They're always judging themselves, right? But the way I always tell them is that always look at yourself the previous day, and what do you need to do today to make it yourself better than the previous day?
Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of those. I got some quotes on your website I want you to talk about.
Sure.
We are talking with Daniel Fung. He is the Dream Master. This is Local Biz Now, where your business matters. We'll be right back.
Daniel, do you work much?
Local Biz Now.
Do you work much with
No,
entrepreneurs? Oh, we were skipping around there for a minute. Can you hear me, Daniel?
Yeah, I can.
Do you work mainly with like professionals, or do you also work with like entrepreneurs as well?
I work with entrepreneurs. I work with a lot of executives. I work with people who are just stuck and have no idea where they want. They have an inkling of what they want to do.
Very cool.
But, yeah. I also work for TED 1 week out of the year.
You work for TED?
Conferences.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've met wonderful people. I've had a nice 15-minute conversation with Sir Richard Branson. I've met Bill Gates. I've met Elon Musk. I've met many inspiring people. A lot of people with great ideas. Right. So
Is there a TEDx conference in Vancouver every year? Is that what you
there
go to?
the TED conference here is in Vancouver. The real one.
Really?
It's here for a week. Yeah. It's been here for 10 years. I've been doing it for 10 years.
That's awesome. What a
Yeah.
great opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
Very cool.
So, when we come back, is there something you want to make sure that we talk about, or are we on track here? We good with where
We're
we're
on track. You asked me anything. I felt nervous at first, but you're very calm and you asked easy questions, and I can answer them. So I employ you for that. Thank you.
No, I'm not calm. You're calm.
Yeah, Joe's a mess over here. I don't know what you're
feel
seeing.
I've never
Daniel.
been called calm before.
It's our perception, okay?
That's right, that's right. Oh,
I'm sweating right now.
I have been called many things. Calm is not one of them, but I know what you mean. Many people have said that the show, we do make them feel comfortable and warm and inviting, and I know exactly what you're saying. So, but I want to make sure that if there's something you want to talk about, that we do have that opportunity to talk about it.
I don't have any. I would like to give your listeners a free ebook, basic on how to deal with career and burnout. They can just send me an email to info@whatareyoufearof.com, and I'd be
So
more
let's
than happy
make
to-
sure that
Yeah.
we get to.
Yeah, I'll ask a question or two
Okay.
to sort of kick that off.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
20 seconds, then we're coming back.
I'm sorry.
Got about 20 seconds.
Okay. 30 seconds and we're back, Daniel.
Okay. Sounds good. This is fun.
Yeah, you're a pro, man. Is this the first one of these you've done?
I haven't done one of these in a long, long time. Years and years. Before COVID.
7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Yeah. You are listening to the #1 live talk business show in North Carolina. I am here with my good friend and the absolute marketing master, Danny Decker. Danny, thank you for being here, buddy.
Yeah, no, awesome, Joe. Great to be here.
And we are talking with Daniel Fung. He is the owner and founder of DreamMaker. And this show is putting us international, you understand?
Love it.
Because he's in Canada. You know what? Not only that, but all this animosity that's going on between Canada and the United States, we're trying to break that down. we're gonna break that down today. So all kidding aside, Daniel, thank you, my friend, for doing the show. I really do appreciate it. I want people to know we did not know each other until this show started, but the content you have been sending out has been positive and inspiring, and it's such a wonderful LinkedIn site that you have and website that you have. Please tell people how they can reach you, because I want them to be inspired and encouraged the way I am through your message.
Yeah, so you can go to my website at whatareyoufearof.com. It's grammatically incorrect for a reason. It's to get you to thinking a little bit, but you can reach me through there, or you can send me an email at info@whatareyoufearof.com, or you can find me on Instagram or on Facebook. So, yeah.
And so I'm curious, do you do a lot of speaking or a lot of coaching? Which one do you do more of?
I do more coaching. I'm an introvert, so I don't speak a lot, but if I'm forced to speak, I will speak, and I speak from the heart, not from the head.
Love
Right.
it.
So yeah.
If I can jump in with a question, Daniel, you mentioned a minute ago, you help like mid-career executives who are feeling burned out. What does burnout look like, and what are some signs of burnout?
Yeah, some signs of burnout is like you go to work, you don't feel like you're appreciated, you don't feel like you're capable of doing anything, or sometimes you just don't want to do anything. You know that you've done well, but something's missing, right? And a lot of times the client has no idea what that looks like or what that feels like. And so you start spiraling downwards and you're trying to find yourself again. And as a result, you sometimes feel dejected, and people see that you're dejected, but they're not sure why, and you're not sure why. And then so they reach out to a coach, and you go through some assessments, and they figure out, yeah, you're burnt out, but then what do I do now, right? So it's like, how do we transition from burnout to start living the life you truly want again? Sometimes it may require a different career, but what does that career look like? How do we find that new career for you? How do we find a career that aligns with your personality? Because you've been programmed in a certain way since you were a child. What does that look like, right? So I always ask my clients, I want to help you find out who you are, what you are, and why the way you are. So basically, it's helping you create self-awareness of who you are. Once you have a better understanding of that, then it becomes easier to help you find something that you truly love and where you feel fulfilled. 80% of the people that have jobs hate their jobs. So why not find a job that you truly love?
That's funny. You created a quote on your website. Ask yourself, what value are you adding this beautiful planet where we're living on? And so the question is intriguing, right? Because it makes us all slow down and say, what have I done that is actually better than just helping me or my family? It really is a great question.
It is. I love asking questions that makes you go,
So there's another quote. Fear prevents you from taking action of your thoughts and of your feelings, which lead to your results.
Yes.
Talk about that, because you got an entire website on fear.
Yeah, I was trained on helping people overcome their fears. So what it is that fear, which is a negative thought, negative feelings, that creates negativity in our lives. So as we keep thinking of negative stuff, that attracts more negativity. So and being human, we've been conditioned that way. So how do we stop thinking negatively and start thinking positive? What is possible for me? What opportunities are out there? As we start thinking more positively, that's going to attract more positive results in our lives. It's going to help you be able to get clear, and it's going to help you create action or take action to get what it is that you want. So I love that quote. I love helping
Did you
people get
think
very
of it
clear
in terms of
that.
fear when you're having challenges in your life and that sort of stuff?
I haven't
didn't.
thought about it in that way, but I love that language. I mean, as a business owner, I can relate, right? Because so often, when something happens, we're all programmed, to react out of fear and say like, oh man, like that's not good. That means something bad for. But it really takes a lot of retraining to start saying, okay, what's the opportunity in this, instead of what's the, what are the potential things that could go wrong. So I love the way you framed that, Daniel.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's interesting because when I hear fear, for me in my life, it was my motivator, right? The fear that I did not want to, I wanted to succeed, and the fear that I would not succeed. So for me, I don't see fear as a negative. I see it as a motivator. But in your case, I'm hearing that it does slow people down and turns them into a negative. But of course,
Yes. Yeah.
in my case, I'm, the stubborn SOB, right? So it's a contrarian
So
in
you're
me
one of the
that
very
worked.
few that
Right.
taken fear and used it to
Right.
motivate you in getting yourself out of the comfort zone.
Right. That's interesting. So, but the point is that just the word fear still had a strong emotion for me, right?
Yeah.
It really is a great way to connect with them when they come to you. They, meaning your sort of your new clients or buyer profile, are they coming to you with a problem, a challenge, or just a frustration? Like, how are they? There's got to be a reason or a motivator why they're reaching out to you.
Yeah, a lot of times they're stuck. A lot of times it's the thoughts that's holding them back from what is they want. A lot of times they don't know what they want. They know that they need to change, but change is difficult for us. And so they come and ask, like, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know how to go about doing it. I need a coach to help guide me in terms of getting that clarity, helping me getting where I want to go. Fear, one of the terms of fear is false expectations appearing real. And basically all the things that we have made up in mind, they're all thoughts. We have 70,000 thoughts a day. Most of them are negative, but these thoughts are all made up. And so we don't know what is real, what's not. The only way to know is for you to take action among all these thoughts, right? And once you take action, your life is going to change. All these bad thoughts disappear.
Right. And Do you see most people coming to you? Are they coming to you negative? I mean, are they? I'm going to use the term negative people. I don't know if that's the right way to describe that or not. But you know, I mean, we meet people that see the glass half full and glass half empty, right? Are they coming to you because they see the glass half empty, or otherwise?
They see the glass half empty. It's just helping them look at things from a different perspective, helping them see what's possible, help them shift their mindset. And once they see it, now they see the possibilities. And then you say, okay, what does that look like 2 months down the road, 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What does that look like? Our brain has been conditioned to work more effectively through vision than through words, right? And so I help them create a vision of a visual as to what their life looks like. And if they can believe that it can be real, then that's half the battle.
Okay. I've never had a life coach. I don't know anything about life coach. Plenty of business coaches, right? And I've even done some coaching. So do they call you at 2 a.m. like a therapist and say, I'm feeling really bad and I need to feel better? Like, where does life begin and your business end? How does that happen for you? Are you kind of a therapist to them?
I'm not a therapist. I don't call myself a therapist, but I do a little bit of that stuff at the beginning because I want to help them understand who they are as a person. But more importantly, I want them to go from where they are to where they want to go, right? That's where and I help them create that magic to make it real. But they work on themselves. I'm just guiding them. I'm just helping them discover who they are as a person and go really deep down inside of themselves to pull all their answers out. Once they see it and they believe it, then we can make it real.
Oh, that's interesting. So one of your quotes is, "What do you want? Great. Now go get it."
Yeah.
And so you help them look towards what they want, because a lot of times that's the first problem. What do you want?
Yeah. They don't know. And it's okay not to know, but you're going to stay stuck there. But once you have someone help you out, you'll figure it out.
Well, I like how, Daniel, you talked about how we're all programmed from a childhood to believe certain things, right? And is that part of why it's hard for people to know what they really want?
Yes, because you've been up to the age of 13. Some people may say 6. You've been programmed in this specific way. All the experiences, what you see, what you heard, what you smelled, what you've touched, that's created who you are as a person. And that is running in your background. That's controlling you 95% of the time, right? So say if you're right-handed and you brush your teeth, you can easily brush your teeth. You don't have to think about it. You just do it naturally. But if I told you tonight, Danny, if you're going to brush your teeth with your left hand, you're going to have a hard time doing it because your subconscious, you have no idea how to do it, but you know how to brush your teeth. It just feels weird. It feels different, right? But, if you do it enough, you'll figure it out. And then your subconscious will say, don't worry about it, Danny. I got it. I got you covered.
Daniel, our time has come to an end. Thank you so much. We are talking to Daniel Fung. He is the owner and founder of DreamMaker. He can help you helping mid-career pros beat burnout and find clarity for fulfillment in life. Go to his website, whatareyouafearof.com. Just a great website. Daniel, thank you so much for doing this, buddy. We got to do this again.
Would love to. Would love to help you host a show one time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel.
You are listening to Local Biz Now, and I'm here with my buddy, whether he will admit it or not, Danny Decker. He is a co-founder of Spotlight Marketing and Branding and co-founder of MyMarketeer.com. Danny, thank you for being here, buddy.
Thanks, Joe. It was great.
You are listening to Local Biz Now, where your business matters. See you next week.
Serving you better than ever before.